Growing up, the absolute core was just working hard, being honest, just being the best self that you could be. I was the middle child. My poor father was pretty much overwhelmed with women in the house. I was the fortunate child that is into fishing, into hunting, and everything else like that. So I was the tomboy growing up, and I was just a sports junkie. You're talking about in kindergarten, I joined wrestling. That's when the pee-wee wrestling took off. I was very young, and I was very good at it. Yeah, I was very good at it.
On what side?
What we'll do is we'll just play pass. You guys grab your gloves and stuff. We'll just play pass out here. Man, I'm so happy that I said yes, because as soon as I walked in, I knew it wasn't just a job. It was very small. I think there was right around 12 of us, and I was one of 12. And then I could tell just by the way people were talking to one another that it's bigger. You know, during my interview, I asked, is there any room to grow? And they said, oh, you don't have to worry about that here. And less than 2 years later, holy old moly, things just poof, took off.
Since she got in there, it's been simply growth after growth. She's going to put the hours, she's going to put the time that is needed to dig in and to learn and to have a real feel of her territory. She's what I would call a hunter. She's going for it.
We didn't exactly grow up with like wealth or anything, but my parents, they worked extremely hard, so they instilled that value in us to work hard, you know, and they always said growing up, we may not have a lot, but we have each other, we got clothes on our backs, and we're gonna eat well. And my mom was an amazing cook, still is. She seems to think that maybe my skills have surpassed hers a little bit because she instilled that in me because I love to cook. You know, that's how I unwind after a long day. That's what I love to do. Never been filmed while cooking, so I'm not the smoothest right now, which is fine. What it's like working in a man's world, you know, for me when I was younger, it was a lot more difficult and there was a lot more headbutting going on.
It's gone beyond the fact that she's a woman. She's so strong mentally. Personally, I would even think that it's never been something that has been stopping her.
Then I figured out the secret to it, and it's really, really easy, you know, just show some knowledge, just respect throughout. Even if you're not getting respect, continue to show knowledge, and next thing you know, they're the ones calling you. And then they don't want to speak to anybody else but you. Give them quick answers, honest answers, and follow up. Make sure that they don't need anything else. So the recipe is just knowledge, honesty, and following up.
Over the years, she's had multiple positions at Rotobec. Thinking back when I first started, she was more behind the desk person at Rotobec. It's all about relationship. It's all about how you're going to interact with the customer, because it's not always easy. But I think over time you do develop that connection, you develop being comfortable, but I think she's grown into that person.
Today, Lydia, she has her own family, and she's driving her success towards her own values. She's discovered hers, and they match with us.
Lydia Stevens? There's a lot of folks out there who are just, they've got a mixed bag, and then they're blooming, you know. And for one, you have Callie Dingman. She started off in like production planning, and then she took on a bunch of roles, and now she's director of production for Rotobec USA. And then you have Russell Call, started out like a service tech, and then he was a field tech, and now he's the service manager there. And then Dennis Tisdale, you know, he's known as the parts guru, along with Andrew, you know, Melissa Rod, and Tyler Wilson, Bobby Reynolds. Like, the guy's a jack of all trades, like, and he's such a great guy. Yeah. To be able to work with all of these people and to get to know them, and like I said, watch them grow within the company, and just, it makes me so happy. You know, I'm not the only one who has this success story out there, but the biggest thing that I want everybody to know, if I can do it and they can do it, so can you. Just work hard. Don't be afraid to work. Don't be afraid to get involved and make some decisions, you know, and you watch, you'll bloom. you'll bloom.